Yeah, still down here in the sub-level. We're on the original dig out. Now, when I was talking about brass, when I was brought out the Piranha, one of the guns that I mentioned was the PGP. And here it is right here. This is the PGP Benjamin Sheridan. This one in particular was a field rescue. This was a rental gun from 1984, maybe even 85. But the field was getting rid of its rentals, and they said, hey, you want one? Yes, give me. And this has a bunch of mods on it, so I'm going to try to go through all of them. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to disassemble this or how to do anything on this because there are better resources for it. Matter of fact, on my old Tiger channel, I have a video from Gramps and Grizzly talking about how to disassemble this. A lot of guys get on it for that because he's talking about the weapon and all that. And you know, back at the time, these were considered weapons by the people who used them. So it's one piece of history that I think has been lost, the respect for the paintball gun as a weapon. We all know it's not, but still, that's another thing entirely. So let's go through this very quickly. First of all, a couple things you might notice. This on the back over here. This is a speed feeder. Matter of fact, I've got one of these handy. Take a 10-round tube, and you just stick it right in the back there. And then you hammer this little lever forward, and that puts 10 rounds in the gun. You take this off and go. Or you can leave the 10-round tube sticking in the back there, and you have 20 rounds ready to go. That was a preference thing, what people would do. And sometimes it was just a matter of, I know I'm about to rush into the action, I'm going to put another tube on the back there and just go for it. So there you are. This one also has the dial welt, I suppose you could call it, right here. This piece right there. That's actually a little screw that you can undo and adjust the velocity. And then you're supposed to take the hex nut and tighten the hex nut down, and that'll lock the velocity. Yeah, not a lot of people let me get away with that these days. And of course, it is a 12 gram. It hasn't been oiled in a long time, that's why it's a little stiff. But it does work a single 12 gram. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Come on. There we go. You take the 12, put a new 12 gram nipple side in first, and you put the tap back on, and you screw it back on. Screw it back on, screw it back on, until it's about tight, and you give it about another quarter turn, this forward. And then when you shoot it the first time, it actually pierces the 12 grams, so that primes the pump and then you're ready to go. I cannot tell you how many people would forget to do this consistently. Now this actually has an aftermarket pump on this. This is a plastic pump. It originally came with a metal pump, and I had the metal pump on this. The problem is that this piece of metal right here actually deteriorated so badly over the years. It rusted right here and it broke, so it was beyond saving, unfortunately. But I do have it does work. It does actually function. Hasn't actually fired a shot in anger in many moons, but it still does work. There is a little post right on the top there. You can kind of see the nub left over right there. That was an iron sight. The idea was that you'd have one on the back, one on the front. You could aim the gun and shoot it, pretty much like that. PGP, very classic piece. Oh, and it's got the plastic grips on there, the old Benjamin Sheridan plastics. You can kind of see, I'll try to see if I can get this in there a little bit. Now they actually, some of them came with wood grips, but most of the time they came with these plastic fake wood grips, meaning it's plastic with the wood grain molded into the plastic, if you will. Again, this one's a classic. This one, you don't find many of these around. Actually, no, come to think of it, you find a lot of them around. Almost any old timer will have one of these sitting at the bottom of his gear bag, because if everything else fails, every other gun in the arsenal is broken, you don't have anything left over, you got this, and it will work. And actually, I know a lot of guys who will go out there with just these still to this day, and they'll just go mow faces with it. Because it's so light and compact, you can get around corners, you can crawl with it, you can stuff it in your shirt and go places with it. Heck, during a scenario game, I actually put this in the back of my belt, put my jersey over it, and walked right into the enemy camp. They didn't even stop me. I'm just saying, it does work. Now, as far as other improvements with this, there's still a lot of them out there. You can still get the fast changes, you can still get some of the bolts and stuff. I think you probably can still find Cooper T stuff. Maybe. If you can find some of the old stuff for these things, it's still a very alive and well community with the PGPs. So if you're looking for a pistol and you find one of these on eBay, snatch it up quick. Because these things are, well, it's a Sheridan product, it's a tank. So I can't say many bad things about this. And this one has served me very well over the years. So there you guys go. A sidearm piece of history right here, the Benjamin Sheridan PGP. You know, I should answer this too. What does PGP stand for? Nobody really knows. It's kind of one of those things. Best guess is that because Sheridan at the time had this history of just naming their guns acronyms for what they were. So the Piranha Long Barrel was the Piranha LB, or the Piranha Short Barrel, Piranha SB, PMI-1, and they were fairly utilitarian names. So the best thing that we can figure with this is that these were called PGPs for Paint Gun Pistol. That's the best we got. A lot of other acronyms have come up over the years. Pretty Good Pistol, Pretty Good Pump, things like that. If you got a good name, feel free to leave it down below. Of course, I have no, I'm not going to claim any responsibility for what people leave down there. And how does it explain the KP series? I'm not entirely certain, but if you got ideas for that, I'm all ears.